some audio here, but we're gonna be struggling today. Let's get it on in here. Let's get it on in here. At least that came on. We did have a piece of struggle already. You know, I saw my little intro screen and everything was not properly aligned, and that's probably because I literally just exported it and loaded it about 8 minutes before this stream was supposed to start. But anyway, where are my manners? Valued viewers, greetings and welcome to another live edition of the Independent Mail. East Coast Night Owls, West Coast is kicking it. Thank you for being up and being around. How are you? How was your weekend? Besides short, I know it was. Mine was. Are you ready? You ready for tomorrow? For the stupid taxes? Or did you get them done already? Did you have a fat return and you couldn't wait like January 2nd and file to get that fat return? Go get that Mopar Hemi. Did you go do that already? Because if you had to pay, those of us that have to pay, yo, we've been on the phones with each other today talking about these tax problemas, you know what I'm saying, and deadlines and whatnot. So I'm just wondering if y'all ready for, tis the season, you know what I'm saying? 'Twas the night before taxes, and all through the house, all kinds of receipts were stirring. Even one for this mouse. I'm so funny in the late night. No, I'm just playing. But I will probably be ending this live stream and get on TurboTax because I'm not finished with mine. So that's the only reason I brought it up, because it is that time of year and most folks don't like it. Other than that, weekend was filled with content creation, and today took the young lady out for some driving, and she had been driving in my older vehicle, a Bug, VW Bug, nice and small, but it's a stick. So wasn't too fond of that. So we went out in a Tacoma today, and it was pretty good for about 45 minutes. And then the tears came because we were doing fine in the big parking lot that was closed off. Went around, round and parking, around and parking, backing up, parking, all that good stuff. Now, mind you, we've been out doing this for a while before, but we were in the other car. So anyway, I don't know if it was the excitement or whatever. I'm like, okay, we finna hit some open road, just a little bitty, we're gonna hit a block. We get to the first stop sign. I'm like, we get to the stop sign, I want you to make a right. We get to the stop sign. She stops, get ready to gas right. Doesn't look left, car just a damn coming. I'm like, yo, stop. I'm like, you know better than to pull out without looking. Instant tears. That's my sweet baby. Instant tears, though. Ruined the day, I was trying to have a nice daddy-daughter day, doing the things we supposed to do, teach them how to drive or whatever. Ruined, tears. So, I'm like, I'd already had planned that after driving, we would go have a nice, dinner wherever she wanted to, eat at or whatever. So I go to a spot over by Cumberland Mall, where it's like Grub and Blaze Pizza. Like, it's all kinds of choices. And of course, she's an Asian anime fanatic. So of course she sees this place called Hot Pot or something like that. So she's excited about it. I'm like, okay, let's go over there, bring the day around to a good chipper note. Yo, I don't know if you guys know what Hot Pot is, because I think it may be a chain of these things. Anyway, this is a place where they charge you $30 to cook your own food. Yo, I was hungry. I didn't know how to cook I don't know how to cook shrimp on a tabletop or ribeyes. None of that. So, more tears. So anyway, that was my weekend. And now we got to get to this Funky Fresh live stream. And of course, a train would be going by right now. Hopefully OBS's noise cancellation is doing its thing. So anyway, we're going to get ready to get into today's episode. The other thing, I hate to cut, to be scatterbrained right quick. but I really do hate that I don't know if I can communicate with you guys on this virtual live stream. Like, I would like to say hello to you guys and see, you know what I'm saying, what you guys are up to. But again, I just want to say I appreciate you coming through and stopping right quick. I know you was hitchhiking, thumbs up, you know what I'm saying? Are you going my way on the shorts? So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown what we're gonna talk about right quick on the show so you can know if you want to stick around for a little bit. I hope you do. So check it out. First, we're gonna go through a little story that was brought to by my channel coach, who does not appreciate, I don't think he appreciates me calling my live stream a struggle stream on my community post. So Jason, I took that off of calling it a live stream, but I'm still going to embrace the struggle stream if the struggle starts to happening. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes stuff happens. And if it does, I'm going to have to, you know, embrace it and go with it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it around here. But anyway, I'm going to cover a story that he brought to my attention, which apparently there's been an uproar about a new Romeo Juliet movie that's coming out with Tom Holland, the guy that played, actually he's the last Spider-Man. Be forgetting all of them. They change them every 2 or 3 movies. And actually a black lady, young lady actress was cast as Juliet. So there was some uproar about that. So I'm gonna go over that briefly, and then we're gonna go over to a story that Mona D from the smooth operator / moderator over at the Do Better podcast. She has great content. She was covering some story that I wasn't aware of, and I'm probably sure you guys are. I'm not, because I'm an old dude. But something about this, I didn't know the soft guy era was in effect. I heard all about the soft girl era. You know, we knew what that was about, but I didn't know the soft boy or soft guy era was in full effect. And just like the sprinkle lady, they got their thing. It's drizzle. So we're gonna check out a couple of those clips, and then we're gonna roll over to, of course, the main event. Diddy is always the main event, because the Diddy saga is not going anywhere. We're just in the opening stages of everybody saying Diddy did something to me. So there's been no charges yet. There's been no court appearances yet. So we're here for the long haul. So when we get Diddy updates, we're gonna be bringing them on these live streams, which should be 3 times a week. I think it looks like, I think the schedule for the streams are gonna be Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night. That's how we're gonna do it. So anyway, enough of me rambling with this opening part. I'm pretty sure I still got my struggling music going on, because if we do start struggling, I'm gonna put it back on here and we're gonna fix whatever we're struggling on. But since we're going smooth right now, we're gonna change this up, get ready to go to the first story here. Let's get to the first story here. Well, that's still struggling, isn't it? There we go with the struggle. I don't want that one. I don't want to struggle. Anywho, or we can struggle, whatever y'all want to do. Let's go to today's clip.
All right, real quick. I've said it before. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Hollywood has no new ideas. And now they're literally just fleecing you with and stoking the fire of racial animosity for likes and views and clicks and butts and seats. I promise you this. And you're going to be like, Jason, what are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. Thank you so much for asking that. Let's go. Who in the world said this? Let's go. Tom Holland's Romeo and Juliet co-star Francesca Rivers received support after her casting sparks racist remarks. Who in the world asked for this? Who in the world asked for this? They're playing you. They're playing you for the fool, because they know that they don't have any new ideas. They don't have anything new and creative, anything that's innovative. All they do is take old properties, old IPs, and recast them to cause stir and uproar. For real, let's just be honest. Besides a few people I know, how many black women you know named Juliet? I mean, really, let's just be honest.
Bruh,
None.
come on, man.
Like, why can't you not just create good content? There's so much good information, so many good IPs out there that they haven't used before, that they haven't recreated, recast, and so on and so forth. Why do you need to cast a black woman as Juliet when you could do so many different things? Why? Let's read this article. It's real quick. All right. And this is from CNN.
All right, I'm gonna let him read the article. Yeah, I'm gonna let him read the article, and then I'm gonna go into some points. Obviously, I didn't see all of this. I clipped it and then was ready to put it up here for the show. But yeah, I'm gonna let him go, and then I add my 1 cent in a minute.
And all of their insight and wisdom. Let's go. More than 800 black actors are denouncing backlash aimed at
his
actor
voice is
Francisco Rivers, who was cast to play Juliet opposite Tom Holland in an upcoming stage production of Romeo and Juliet in London's West End. So you mean tell me there's no other play content that you could use where you could utilize black characters rather than just taking old IPs and making them controversial. I'm sorry. After Rivers' casting announcement, online backlash was fierce. Let me just say this real quick. I think honestly they write these articles, the backlash articles and the racist and the phobics and the ist arguments well before they even cast it, because I didn't know anything about this until now. So it's really, I feel like this is the only way that they're going to get attention on this topic, but everybody's tired of it. We're tired of it. But let us continue. Even promoting the Jamie Lloyd Company, which is behind the theater production, to issue a statement on social media earlier this month, condemning the barrage of deplorable racist abuse online directed towards a member of their company. I don't think it's toward their company per se, but I mean, it could be. But what it really is the fact that you're lazy. You're lazy, and they don't want to support and encourage laziness. Come up with some new content. That's it. You don't need to redo Shakespeare. You don't, because there's countless other pieces of content out there. And like I've always said before, when they do this, they're saying that the only valid author, the only valid plays are white plays. So they're basically saying that the only way that they can be valid, the only way they can be of value to society and give good value is to take white content, because that was the only valid content, and make it something else. Rather than go find, you mean tell me there's no African stories, there's no Middle Eastern stories, there's no other people group stories that you could utilize to do the exact same thing. You could do a play on. Just tell me that. Tell me that you can't.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's where I'm at on this. I do agree that some of this is some laziness, right? But it's not new. So, and what I mean by that is, let's stick with Shakespeare. Shakespeare has been redone for the silver screens several times. I believe in the early 2000s, it was a iteration of Shakespeare in Love. So my thing is, people reach back for IPs, stories, books all the time. Okay? Nobody had a problem with that one, because nobody changed the identities of the main characters. So that's what a certain population is having an uproar with. That's what Disney is really within an internal fight over right now, about should their movies be for entertainment, or should they be making statements? Should they be, to make sure everybody's included, or should they keep the stories how they are? Here's my thing with this. I don't mind if Hollywood wants to cater / pander to a certain audience or to grow an audience. My thing is, though, just as Jason was saying, and it may have been a little bit charged, they keep doing it in a lazy manner. So let's take Black Panther, for instance. Most people celebrated Black Panther. Why? Because Black Panther was Black Panther to begin with. So it was like bringing that story and dusting it off and bringing it up to the forefront. That was a success. That was a hit. We were represented. That story stayed within the identity and the confines of what it actually was. Where people start getting rubbed the wrong way is when there's a continuous effort to keep changing original characters. So I get that angst. Now, the part I don't get that they had in the article is you can communicate that without racist comments. So I don't understand why that is always the go-to. If you are annoyed by the quote unquote laziness of Hollywood, then articulate that. Then you don't have to go to the low hanging fruit and doing whatever it is you're doing on Twitter and X. Now, this brings me to another little point with this though. In the instances that Hollywood isn't lazy, or Hollywood does put some backing into some original Black stories that happen to be positive and not drama filled, we don't watch them. And at the end of the day, Hollywood is about making money. So if they give us something good and positive and then we don't watch it, then what? They're not going to make any more. So I'm sure you're like, well, what are you talking about? Well, let's go to like 2007. Let's go to one of our top actors, Mr. Denzel Washington. Have you heard of him? 2007. He dropped 2 movies that year. I know you know one of them. Frank Lucas, American Gangsta. All of us saw it. He had another movie that year, The Great Debaters. No one saw it. One movie did over 240 something million dollars. The other one did 30. Oh, that was a long time ago. Okay, well, let me bring you to March 24th. It was the release date of the Shirley Chisholm story on Netflix. In March, Women's History Month. Debuted at number 4. The following week, not on the top 10 chart. Why is that? Whose fault is it? Who will continue to make these projects that are positive, representative, and not drama filled if we don't go watch them? Because let's be clear, the only things we go look at are the things that have a bunch of drama in them. All of the housewives, all of the love and fill in the blanks, basketball, hip hop, whatever, medicine, whatever you want to love at the time, love and love, right? BMEs, Black Mafia, Family, Power, Empire. That's the stuff we watch. So while I feel we do have the argument about Hollywood being lazy and just trying to replace characters and replacing them with other demographics, I know specifically within our community, when we get these good, positive shows and movies, we don't consume them at a clip high enough for them to continue to make them. So this really is an argument or discussion that needs to go within the community. What is it that we really want to take our priorities and consume it? So that's my 1 cent on the Black Juliet turmoil or debacle, if you will. And I guess we'll see what happens more as that movie gets to come out and get ready to be released. So I'm not even gonna lie. Let's move on to the Mona D story. With this soft guy era stuff, like I don't even know what it is, and I think she just got some clips of some dudes either giving an example or saying what it is. So I want to check it out. No, we got to be on some sip at midnight on a Sunday on tax eve. I got to do my taxes after this. Is you crazy? Think I ain't gonna be sipped up? All right. Let's see what Mona D got for us.
New cut? Who this?
I'm gonna start and go get some eat.
All right, this
McDonald's.
the soft boy era.
I just got $100 haircut. Do I look like a McDonald's nigga?
You better take him to Capitol Grill.
I don't even know my name no more. They keep calling me handsome.
Handsome of that dick over.
For free?
What?
Oh, no.
I just got $100 haircut. Do I look like a horny nigga?
Self-respect.
Sorry, man.
That man probably paid for his haircut by himself. What does he look like disrespecting his body for someone that didn't see his value? We are in the soft guy era. If you are not paying for a haircut, you do not get access to me. And McDonald's, fast food, into this temple? You better go find somebody else. Once again, we are requiring the best. And if you can't meet those standards and or your pockets do not come to the right caliber, you better go find somebody else because it's not going to work.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years, and I literally have no complaints about her. Like, she was perfect, right? I used to didn't have a car. Now I have a car. But when I didn't have a car, she used to let me ride around in her car all day while she was at work.
Okay, like that.
And I still didn't have a job. And and it doesn't get any better than that. She used to pay for all the meals. She paid for the
Okay. They flipping it. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. Y'all saying the stuff that they usually say.
bills, all that, until I got my stuff together. But it was just something about her. It was just something about her I just couldn't comprehend. Like, I can't really explain it to y'all, but she was so perfect. But you know how somebody can be good to you, but they're just not that good person to you? You know, they're that perfect person. But it's just, to me, it's more than just being a perfect person. But they just wasn't that perfect person for me.
For you.
If you get what I'm saying.
I do.
It just doesn't make sense. And I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to try to make it make sense.
Make sense.
She was so perfect in every aspect. She looked good, made good money. I made $30,000 that year, but she made $120,000, and she still humbled herself down to come mess with me.
For the women that are writing angry comments right now, and for the good men that are not happy with this man, don't attack him because it's a parody of a woman talking about her breakup on TikTok. We have seen a few of these now where a woman will come on and she will say that she just broke up with her boyfriend, and she doesn't really give a solid reason why. She'll actually list all of the amazing things about him. Look, ladies, the reason why men get so frustrated hearing these stories is because they want you to be able to communicate why. And you're not really communicating why when you're just talking about all the amazing things about him. The real reason why I think you're having a hard time communicating it is because the real reason is that when you started dating him, you didn't really like him that much. You liked his efforts, and he didn't really require much from you. So instead of recognizing that and being honest with your real feelings, you kind of used him. That is why you don't really have a reason that you can tell that will still allow you to look like a decent human being. The end.
It's an evil world we live in.
Scarface Mark made his reply and response video, which was a parody, and women were upset about it. And he started this to basically poke fun at women, hold a mirror up to them, and kind of did it in a fun way. I mean, some of the delusion and our illogical reasons, and the women didn't like that. And
he said he made 30,000. She made 120 and still humbled herself. Okay.
It's funny because the women responding who did these deep think pieces, y'all gonna have to stop.
Deep think, y'all didn't even get the joke.
It's funny.
Hey, oh yeah, we don't kill them commercials. No, we don't do commercials.
You can see in this man's video how the things that he said didn't make sense, very inconsiderate, much coming off as a user. You understand that as him being a man, but then you would justify it because that's a woman and you guys are too far deep into the sisterhood.
They too far deep in the sisterhood. Okay, so I get it. The soft guy era, it looks like it's not for real. It's just them poking fun. But that was funny, especially since you was talking about they was doing some deep think pieces about responding to him, which folks always do. I think somebody responded to him while she putting her makeup on or some shit. Where is that at? I want to see that right quick. I'm like, where the responder lady at? Responds. Respond, lady.
New cut? Who this?
All day while she was at work. Somebody can be. It's not that.
Respond.
If you get what I'm saying. So
right now, where a woman will come
I heard you say
his
that.
efforts, and he did
illogical reasons. Man's video. So y'all
really decided amongst.
There she is. All right, tell me what's going on.
This young lady has been in my comments multiple times hating, so let's hear what she has to say.
Men really decided amongst themselves to make themselves even more undesirable to women.
What is you doing?
This is how men are going to act like women. I would rather just hang out with women and the population. For centuries.
Okay, I'm gonna let her finish, but I just got a question. Why do chicks make these videos where they getting ready to read or tell somebody why they putting a fake pretend made up plastic face on? Like, already be made or come out naturally and skewer the dude, but don't put on your mask at the same time. Anyway.
It has been the case that men are protectors and providers. Let them be in their soft-boy era. Let them alone. Try to like throw it back in our faces and be like, see, it's ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous coming from you. Let me be very clear when I say this. This is a movement formed by broke men. Men who have the means.
Lady.
Listen, if I wanted a fucking yappuccino this morning, I would've went to Starbucks. You know one thing that these women have in common that hate the soft boy era, that just hate men that know their worth?
Dog, stop. I can't even hear him. I can't. Dog, saying know my worth, that is killing me. I cannot. I cannot. How many dudes out there can even move your mouth to say, I know my worth? That's just, okay. You should know it, but just mouthing it is ridiculous. It's funny. It's so damn comical. Anyway, but they might want to take heed to this. I'm being so seriously right now because there's some stuff on the horizon where I know my man's the late great KS Kevin Samuels said winter is coming, but it might be a blizzard, and this why.
Scientists around the world are testing artificial wombs. The goal is to rescue babies who would die or end up severely disabled because they're born very prematurely. The research is generating excitement, but also concerns. NPR health correspondent Rob Stein recently became the first journalist to watch one team of scientists test their experimental artificial womb. Here is his exclusive report.
Was it winter or is it a blizzard? Artificial wombs. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, yes, it's a bunch of... See, I can't show this because it's a bunch of gross surgical stuff. And I know YouTube will not appreciate that. But there is a part that's audio that I can play that is a concern some people are having. So let's check that out.
CEO of the Hastings Center, a bioethics think tank.
Ethics.
She wonders, what if someday it becomes possible to use artificial wombs to gestate fetuses for an entire pregnancy, making a mother's womb unnecessary?
Science fiction writers have been playing with this notion for decades. It's not like we never thought about it. It's just different to think about it as a thought experiment and to think about it as something that's potentially around the corner. The scenario of a complete use of artificial wombs could become pretty scary pretty quickly.
But Holler and his colleagues say no one's anywhere near anything like that and probably never will be.
Okay, probably never will be. You better hope so. You better hope so, because we weren't going to have AI either, but we got it. No, I ain't frozen. Oh my God. Hold on. If you thought these cats was talking about soft guy era, not knowing about these artificial wombs, y'all know how much we heard I don't need a man. What do you think oh my God. Oh my God, Al Bundy. Oh my God, if Al Bundy could be a real life person, he and No Ma'am would be shouting from the rooftops about these artificial wombs. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that. I'm gonna get off the wombs and we're gonna get to the main topics of the night, which is Diddy, hashtag Daily Diddy, hashtag did Diddy do it, hashtag Diddy did it. Of course, what everybody said is what it looked like, but we gonna see. Anyway, actually, Stephen A. Smith and JadaKiss are having a discussion about actually some Diddy stuff and some other things. So we're definitely going to check out the Diddy discussion, and we might also check out, I think, something about battle raps. I know. It was the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole stuff. So anyway, we're going to go to the Diddy part first, though. Hashtag Daily Diddy.
I'm going to ask you a question right now. Who does in the rap industry, who is it most indebted to?
Hold on. Happy birthday to somebody, and it's a stupid heart on top of it. It looks like, gosh darn it, I'm gonna assume that it's a up under this heart, so maybe it's Misha. Happy birthday, Misha! Yo? Cheers and salute to you. Happy birthday! Hope you got them taxes ready though, cause they don't care unless you hit that extension button. Happy birthday! Seriously, thanks for stopping by and kicking it tonight. Yo, for real. Happy birthday! I don't know why I'm so happy about that.
Right now, in this day and age,
but I am.
when you look at the history of hip hop and what it's meant to the culture, the world over, not just here in the United States, the world over. Who is it most indebted to? As y'all all reflect on this industry and where it is, which is where nobody ever thought it would be. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, for crying out loud. Who's it most indebted to?
Okay, I'm sorry. I really want to just let them do their thing a lot and not stop it a lot because I don't know what I'm gonna add to this. But just very quickly, I do love the fact that Jada came in and Stephen A got on the Adidas sweat tracksuit. Really, Mr. Suit and Tie at all times. Like I feel like this cat got goddamn suit and tie for pajamas. He got on the Adidas tracksuit. I love it. Anyway, let's get back to it.
The pioneers, I would say.
Give me them.
From Kool Herc.
What up?
To the earlier dudes that.
Lakia, what's happening?
They didn't, for what they did and for how the games evolved, they didn't get near the.
What's wrong with the camp, P?
The flowers, the finances, the acknowledgement, we missing a union.
Right.
We need a union, and then it'll be.
How the hell you gonna get a union?
Fixed? I don't. That's something I don't know.
How the hell you gonna get a union?
But Nas and Steve Stout, they did this year
start. Not be watching on the phone, P.
A small sum. They gave Scarface and they gave, I think, Rakim either $500,000 or $1 million and some type of insurance or something. So we taking slow steps.
That's a good step too. Yeah. Rakim deserves it.
Definitely.
Rakim deserves it. I'm glad they did something like that.
I think I have a master plan.
Right now, when I asked you that question about who the industry is most indebted to, once upon a time I thought it would be P. Diddy. I still feel that way, to be honest with you, because I think he did a lot for a lot of artists, but he obviously did a lot for himself. But, right.
I want to see where this answer is coming because we know Jada had a beef with Deals, but we're going to see. Let Jada answer the damn question.
He is most indebted to the artists. The artist is at the bottom of the totem pole.
Okay. And they're not being appreciated enough.
They just not, you don't get your just due as being an artist. The producer, the executives, they get the artists as bottom feeders in the music industry.
You candid, you speak your mind, you're usually on point. I've never heard you off point, to be quite honest with you. What are we to feel about P. Diddy right now in light of all the allegations that's against him and what he's going through right now in the world of the press, the Homeland Security invading his house in Miami and LA and all of this other stuff? I don't want to believe none of it. Innocent until proven guilty, damn it. But the bottom line is we've seen folks in the industry be gotten after before. I don't know if we've ever seen it on this level. Your thoughts?
Prayer.
Damn.
Pray for them. The way the world is set up where everybody can chime in on your life, it's kind of unfair.
Totally.
When you're going through, a situation like he's going through. But nobody knows. There's always three. His side of the story, the people's, and the actual truth. Well, you gotta wait to see what comes out.
This is a quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think I think he's getting a lot of negative, people kicking him while he's going through it. I don't think that's that cool, but
no, it ain't.
I think you got to mind your business and just see what happens and try to pray for him.
Wow. Like, big ups, man. I really stand up answers, man, and comments from JadaKiss, man. Like, no doubt. I mean, if anybody is an old head and know the early 2000s and know how Jada and the Locks, like, I mean, they were Bad Boy for a little bit. And their parting wasn't, on good terms. And there was a lot of stuff about shaky deals and stuff like that. So for him to not want to pile on, you know what I mean, during this time. I think that's a really big deal though. But let me get back to the interview.
With something like this, I'll be damned if anybody's gonna sit up there and say, I'm saying he's guilty. I don't want to believe he's guilty of such a thing. As far as I'm concerned, you're innocent until proven guilty. I don't know anything. But I do feel it's fair to ask this next question. How is and was he viewed in the hip hop industry as a person, as a producer, a guy? Talk about what, when folks bring up Sean P. Diddy Combs, what were the thoughts that came to everybody's mind in that genre?
A great mogul, you know what I mean? He started
Idol,
from
wow.
the bottom.
Hell yeah.
And turned and made a $1 billion label, or turned himself to a billionaire, or close to a billionaire, or you know what I mean?
Close to it.
He was beloved.
Much love, Lakia.
Some of the best parties,
yes,
without that I ever been to in my life.
I went to a couple. I can confirm that. Yes.
And
you had your tracksuit on.
He loved to have fun. He loved to make music, make hits. He helped change my life.
How?
You know what I mean? He gave my first record. Yeah. Whether it was a good deal or a bad deal,
there we go. There we go. The deal.
To be here with you today. So, you know what I mean? We got to just see, like you said, innocent until proven guilty, and nobody knows what's going on except him and whoever's involved. So
I ain't got no problem saying this about Diddy. I love his business acumen. I love the go-get-it mentality.
Definitely one of the most impeccable businessmen of all time.
I love how he pushed and encouraged all of us to go for it in the world of business. That's my interpretation based on a few conversations that I've had with him in my lifetime. He's trying to own an NBA team. 4 years ago, he was trying to be a part of a group to buy the Charlotte Hornets.
Right.
And he wanted to be a part of that. That's how I spoke to him. What about you?
Aww.
What about you in terms of what he had, the push?
That's what if you've been around. I mean, I was signed to his label, but one thing you learn from him, you're not gonna outwork him. He makes sure he instills. We're not sleeping. We gonna work. We can't let nobody outwork.
Can't stop, won't
then
stop.
When you put the work, you reap the benefits of the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
If you ever been around him, one thing you gonna get is everybody is on full work, tunnel vision mode to the mission's complete. There's there's no we can, there's no we're not gonna be the winners, and that's the mentality.
You sound like that now. You about to go on the tour, 30th year anniversary, the Locks. I mean, that's what you sound like you ready to do. You sound like you got more energy now. I don't know if we would have heard you sounding like this 15, 20 years ago, but you seem to have that in you now. I'm not saying you did it back then, didn't know you back then, but especially right now, you seem to have more energy than ever before. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm coming off fasting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So my energy is great.
About that.
But yeah, as you go, you gotta learn. If you get nothing else out of the game, you have to get some type of knowledge or learn not to do what you see some mistakes people made, or learn not to do the same dumb stuff twice.
When y'all go on tour, where y'all going?
Everywhere.
Hell yeah, where y'all going?
Not
I need to
everywhere,
look that
but
up.
it's in the United States, but it's about 30 something.
When y'all
days,
hitting
I
the
think.
A
Okay.
or Denver.
Right. I gotta find out when you in New York or LA. Those are two places I'm gonna be at. I got to make sure I make it out there.
ATL or Denver. Yo. Man. Jada surprised me. Jada really surprised me. I thought he might come in hot, spitting hot fire, jumping on the pile, you know what I'm saying, on Senor Diddy, because a lot of people have been very stand-up dude. I really appreciate checking out that interview. I may actually check out his take on the beef with J. Cole and Drake and Kendrick or whatever on the live stream on Tuesday, as well as I think he might have talked about some other stuff. So I may check out some more stuff with him. But I got to get in here, man, and get ready to finish my damn taxes. I don't know if the rest of y'all got y'all taxes done. I hope you did, man. I appreciate y'all that came over here, man, and hung out with me for a little bit, man, on this late night tip. All my East Coast night owls and all my West Coasters kicking it. Till next time, peace and stay informed.